She did not design her first dress until she was 40 years old. Welcome to Story Studio 91. Vera Wang sat in her office at Vogue magazine. The year was 1987. She was 38 years old. She had just been passed over for a promotion. Again, Vera had worked at Vogue for 17 years. 17 years of late nights. 17 years of proving herself. She thought she would become editor-in-chief. Everyone thought she would, but they gave the job to someone else. Someone younger. Vera felt devastated. She had dedicated nearly 2 decades to fashion journalism, and it was not enough. She went home that night and cried. She felt like a failure. She felt old. She felt lost. But that rejection became the push she needed. Sometimes you have to lose the job you want to find the work you were born to do. Vera was born in 1949 in New York City to Chinese immigrant parents. Her family was wealthy. Her father owned a successful medicine company. Vera grew up in privilege, designer clothes, private schools, high society events, but money did not make her happy. Vera was a dreamer, and her dream was figure skating. From age 8, Vera trained every single day. Early mornings on the ice, hours of practice, competitions on weekends. Vera was good, really good. She competed at the national level. She dreamed of making the US Olympic team. In 1968, Vera tried out for the Olympics. She skated beautifully. She gave everything she had, but she did not make the team. She missed it by a narrow margin. Vera was heartbroken. Figure skating was her entire identity. Without it, who was she? At 19, Vera faced a crushing question. What do you do when your lifelong dream dies? Vera did what many people do. She moved on. She went to college. She studied art history at Sarah Lawrence College. Then she moved to Paris for a year. She immersed herself in fashion. She fell in love with design. When she returned to New York, she applied for a job at Vogue. She started as an assistant. It was entry-level work. But Vera worked harder than everyone else. She was meticulous, creative, dedicated. She climbed the ranks. She became a senior fashion editor. She styled photo shoots. She worked with the biggest names in fashion. She traveled the world. On paper, Vera had an amazing career. But something felt incomplete. Then came that rejection in 1987. Not getting the editor-in-chief position crushed her, but it also freed her. Vera realized she did not want to write about fashion anymore. She wanted to create it. At age 40, Vera made a radical decision. She left Vogue. She took a job as a design director for Ralph Lauren. She learned the business side of fashion, how clothes were made, how brands were built. She absorbed everything. 2 years later, at age 40, Vera got engaged. She went shopping for a wedding dress. She visited every bridal salon in New York. Nothing felt right. Everything looked the same. Puffy sleeves, too much lace, overly traditional. Vera wanted something modern, elegant, sophisticated, something that reflected who she actually was. That dress did not exist. So Vera decided to design it herself. She sketched her dream wedding dress. Then she had it made. On her wedding day, people could not stop talking about her dress. It was unlike anything they had seen. Clean lines, modern silhouette, timeless elegance. Friends started asking Vera to design dresses for them. Vera had a realization. There was a gap in the bridal market, a need for sophisticated, modern wedding gowns. At age 40, Vera Wang opened her first bridal boutique in New York City. Everyone thought she was crazy. 40 was too old to start a new career. Fashion was a young person's game. Vera had no formal design training. She had never run a business. The odds were completely against her. But Vera did not care about odds. She knew women like her existed. Women who wanted elegance without excess. Women who wanted to feel like themselves on their wedding day, not like a princess from a fairy tale. Vera's designs were revolutionary. She used luxurious fabrics. She created sculptural shapes. She made dresses that were both romantic and modern. Celebrities started noticing. Sharon Stone wore Vera Wang to the Oscars. Then Uma Thurman. Then Mariah Carey. Hollywood fell in love with Vera's aesthetic. But it was when Nancy Kerrigan wore a Vera Wang costume at the 1994 Olympics that everything changed. The figure skating dream Vera gave up at 19 came full circle. She could not compete in the Olympics, but her designs did. Vera Wang became the go-to designer for brides who wanted sophistication. She dressed Chelsea Clinton, Victoria Beckham, Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande. Every major celebrity who got married wanted a Vera Wang dress. The brand expanded beyond bridal. Evening wear, ready-to-wear, fragrance, home goods. Vera Wang became a global empire worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But here is the remarkable part. Vera did not design her first dress until she was 40. Most people think their lives are over at 40. They think they missed their chance. They think success belongs to the young. Vera proved it completely wrong. She built her entire empire in the second half of her life. Vera once said something powerful. I was a late bloomer, but anyone who blooms at all, ever, is very lucky. Those words matter. Society tells us we have to figure everything out by 30. We have to be successful young. We have to have it all together. But Vera's story destroys that myth. She failed at her Olympic dream at 19. She got rejected for her dream job at 38. She did not start her real career until 40. And she became one of the most successful designers in the world. Your timeline is not everyone else's timeline. You are not behind. You are not too old. You are not too late. Vera Wang started at 40 and built a fashion empire. Colonel Sanders started KFC at 65. You have time. You have more time than you think. What dream did you abandon because you thought you were too old? What passion did you give up because the timing was not right? What career change are you too afraid to make because you think it is too late? It is not too late. It is never too late. Vera proved that. Your second act can be better than your first. Your greatest work might still be ahead of you. If this story inspired you, please like the video and subscribe to Story Studio 91. Share this with someone who thinks they are too old to start something new. Remind them that some people do not bloom until 40, and when they do, they create something extraordinary.